In a number of ways. It's firmly embedded across other areas of the curriculum. They also complete lots of tasks on Purple Mash, which they can then reinforce at home and continue at home to be extended again back in the classroom. The introduction of the LearnPads has been really beneficial to the children. We're able to use a multitude of resources, online and also apps, and the children are very, very familiar using these as they have them at home as well. We use B-bots for control elements as well, which allows them to sequence instructions, so also helps them within their mathematics and geography sort of aspects of the curriculum as well. It enforces lots of life skills and key skills, and the children really love using ICT as it brings boring areas of the curriculum to life.
It covers a whole range of things, so it is a very, very good package, and as I say, will help with their development skills and later on in life, in general with all their ICT skills. My daughter's used it quite often for home learning. We've done postcards on there for literacy, pie charts for maths. This will enhance her long life learning, home learning. She's done several. ICT has come on a great deal since I went to school. You know, just going around the school, what you see. We've got notebooks or netbooks now. We've got flip cameras, which they do filming. For instance, the other day when I was passing school, the children were filming a seaside scene where they were there with their towels, and it was just amazing to see that, as I say, because we just used to write it on pen and paper. But now it's just how technology has changed, and it's just amazing how much the children enjoy.
Hello! Hello! Please pay attention to this video. Before we begin, we need to introduce you to Austin the Lifesaver.
Tool that would enhance communication throughout Rhws Primary School. So we did a bit of research and we came up with Google Apps for Education. That was quite handy, that worked quite well because we'd been using ThinkQuest quite extensively, and ThinkQuest was finishing, and so we thought that we could incorporate both the two needs of the school, one communication and the other using ThinkQuest as a learning platform, all into Google Apps for Education. We developed an area that staff could access, pupils could access, and governors could access as well, so it's very much an all-encompassing tool. And that then is accessed via our website. Key Stage 2 pupils have all been given email addresses. They are able to obviously access that remotely. Really, really positive response there with home learning, children doing a lot of stuff at home, emailing it to staff, bringing it into school and showing their peers. They've also got access then to Google Sites, and Google Sites then, alongside that is the Google Drive, so they can obviously have access to presentations tools and document tools. And
using ICT allows children to do a lot more in school than at home. For example, at the moment we're using the sort of collaborative function on the Google Docs to work on a piece of writing between two individuals. So today the children, well, first we had to get our heads around the instant messaging feature of the Google Sites, which involved us going into our settings individually, and the pupils had to allow desktop pop-ups and instant messages to pop up wherever screen they are. So what they're doing now is one member of the partnership created the document, shared it with their partner. Their partner then had to accept it. They're now working collaboratively on a recount of our trip we did yesterday. However, the lesson is a silent lesson, which means any queries they have for myself, the teacher, they have to instant message it to me, and I will then get back to them. And anything they need to say to each other, they need to instant message each other as well. So what that allows for is, you know, a lot of differentiation, a lot of peer assessment, a lot of peer tuition, and it's a good opportunity to, you know, work collaboratively and use ICT to its full capacity. At home, we've sort of started trying to do the majority of our own learning.
Going on the Chromebooks and the Google site is improving my learning, because before we had the Rhws online account, I wasn't that good at computers, and it's helping my learning in computers and my typing skills. And when we ask questions, we don't have to, because it's on the chat and it's really fast, so you don't have to put your hand up for ages. And once over the weekend, my computer wouldn't let me on, so I spoke to Mr. Allers on email, and he said that he would talk to me about it in school, but we got some of it sorted on the email, and most of the time I spend ages on my computer trying to do something on my Rhws online account, making something new, and it's like really fun. On my own learning, I started with a Word document that told me what I was going to do and what order it was going to be in, and then I put all the information on that Word document. And then I made a PowerPoint, and I put all the information on different slides, and I added pictures, and then I drew a picture of them.
Off the back of the success of developing Google Apps for Education, we developed our vision for the school, and that's taken quite a lot of thought, quite a lot of collaborative working, but we've got now a vision of where we'd like to become completely cloud-based. In order to facilitate that, we've had to make sure our infrastructure is really developed. So we've increased our bandwidth, working closely with the authority. We've been able to increase our bandwidth, and we've increased our Wi-Fi capability. We're now very happy that we have a very solid base to build on. So we are now developing our hardware, and we are investing in Chromebooks. We've already gone a little way down that road. And we're hoping by September to be in a position where we are 1 to 2, so 1 Chromebook to every 2 children in the whole of Key Stage 2. We've started on the road of bringing your own devices to school. One of the examples of this is children bringing their own drawing pads to school for art lessons, particularly the more able and talented in art. And off the back of that, some of the girls, particularly in upper Key Stage 2, have been looking at, for their own learning, using this at home and using different drawing packages, which have been very, very...
I believe that ICT has allowed my child at home and at school to be able to access enhanced, instant and up-to-date information and learning that is available on the web, as well as my school's website. I think that my child finds it a very enjoyable way of learning, as it's able to bridge the gap of learning and play at the same time. It's also enhanced her fine motor skills, especially her hand-eye coordination with either using a mouse or using a touch screen. Her creativity has also improved, as has her artistic skills, with some of the ICT that the school now is able to provide for my daughter, such as touch screen, tablets,